Hello and welcome to another JomezPro Productions, a Final 9 in Omaha, Nebraska at Hummel Disc Golf Course. I am Disc Store Nate, joined by Omaha Metro Disc Golf Association President Bret Schomer. Bret, how are we doing today?
I'm doing all right, how are you?
Tell us a little bit about the course.
Well, this is Hummel Park. It's on the bluffs of the Missouri River Valley. Pretty hilly. Expect to see some rollaways, a lot of foliage, and some natural OB out there. We got hole 1. Par 4, 548 feet down the haunted stairs here. Basically, you just want to pick a line and stick with it. Your ideal landing zone is right here at the bottom behind this tree. Left or right is fine. Give you a good upshot to the pin tucked back in the corner with OB, parking lot, and road.
Yeah, like you talked about, Hummel is really, really thick rough, and so you've got a lot of natural OB, not as much stroked OB. We got Bret here announcing our first round winner, Tyler Neill, shooting a 53, which is a really solid score on this course.
Yeah, I think actually par was 59.
Yeah, the scores are based on par of 54, so yeah, he shot even better than it looks. Now, Tyler's normally a pretty sidearm dominant player, so this is an interesting play for him.
Yeah, feeling confident with the backhand. Caught a tree coming in early on that dog leg. Might make it tough to save that par, but we'll see what we can come up with.
Yeah, it's really difficult to stay low enough off this tee. You really got to throw it down as much as you do out.
Absolutely.
We got Baustian here. He's one of the top 4 or 5 rated players in Nebraska, going the fairly aggressive route, but this is the way to actually get some distance off this tee. Turns it over just a little bit, but he ain't landing in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I think it's the safest play. You're not going to push that corner too much, but like a lot of the holes out here, you can see your line and hit it with that forehand, and worked out just fine for him.
Next up, we got Terveer. Another pretty sidearm dominant player, but he'll pull out a backhand every once in a while.
Again, feeling confident with it.
I think he's lining up a sidewinder here.
Got to push that right side. Threw a couple leaves, and that is about as perfect as you can do it.
That's ideal. I mean, a little farther left might be even better, but that's all you can ask for off this tee.
Absolutely.
Well, we've got our wild card winner, Battazzi. I think he is going with a destroyer, or maybe a PD2.
I think it's a bottom stamp destroyer.
Definitely lining up the backhand line.
Looking high, going high.
Wild card going the wild card route. Now, that line is there, and I think it is the only way to this hole, but it is real tight, and Josh didn't quite hit it and ends up with that lie up on top of the hill.
I tried forehand roller, hit some sticks at the bottom, but at least he'll have a chance at an upshot to save his par there.
And this is the natural B we talked about. Tyler's just off to the right. Doesn't have a lot of options, but looks like he might have found one.
Fighting through the trees, right to the fairway. Nice shot, Tyler.
Yeah, saving par from his drive is a pretty solid score, so he'll take that.
You can see with the footing here, these are some old stairs, and they're kind of broken off, but it gives you kind of a tricky stance, and Josh was kind of dealing with it there, and let that one go a little early, overstable disc, and that would be OB.
Yeah, just a little high and caught those branches. Really didn't go. Now, Ben's going with his flat top Firebird, and he throws this thing in from everywhere.
Yeah, it's his go-to approach disc, I'd say.
Gave it a run, and it runs a little bit on him, gives him a long comeback putt there, but he still circles edge.
That's the trouble with the high-speed driver for approach shots. It's hard to get him to sit sometimes.
Tom goes zone here, catches little foliage. Just outside circle. Not what he's looking for off that drive, but it's okay.
Yeah. A little putter up shot from Josh inside the circle. He'll take it.
Tyler from about 75, 80 feet. He's known to scare these. Whew. And that's a pretty good run.
Yes,
You
sir.
can't be upset with that.
Tom, 45, 50.
Whew. It's a good bit. It had the height. You got to commit.
That's right. On camera, got to go for it.
Ben from just inside the circle.
Good birdie.
Dead center.
Big
Ben's
time.
one of the best putters in Omaha. He's going to hit a couple of those.
Tom coming back. Oh, I just missed it. Maybe a little bit of camera nerves.
Yeah, those are very real. I airballed my first on-camera putt, so it can happen to you.
Jomez boys are intimidating. Oh, probably the same thing there from Tyler. He's a really good putter. I expect him to make that most of the time.
Yeah, I pretty much expect Tyler to can it inside the circle, so that's pretty uncharacteristic. Let's see if Josh can save the card's putting pride.
Got it.
Got it. That is a double bogey, which is possible out here. Like I said, I feel like I can birdie every hole on this course, but I feel like I can also double and triple bogey them just as easily.
Yep. You have to respect this course. It'll get you.
All right, we're heading on to hole 2. Now, I say I feel like I can birdie almost every hole. This is the hole that's a little harder to do.
Yeah.
It's 412 feet. You gain about 15 feet of elevation in the first 50 feet, and then you lose about 25 feet of elevation on the rest of the hole. A good shot is just going to get you up and into some of these down trees. A lot of people are just going to go backhand just to drop it up here, but you can get aggressive with a flex forehand that might burn into a roller, because that's still going to be fine. And then you just, whatever your lie is, you got to find a way to get up to this pretty protected green.
Yeah, a lot of times people are going with either an understable mid-range or putter to get to the top, or like you said, a high-speed driver forehand, which I think this is a sidewinder from Ben. He kind of fluffs this one a little bit, hoping it'll turn. Doesn't quite get the turn, and that's over that edge to the right there is the cliff for the bluff, and hopefully that stayed up.
Yeah, that drops off pretty fast, and if we didn't have a ton of spectators on top of the hill, we wouldn't have found that. So here's Tyler with his great sidearm.
Looks like a thrower, but...
And this is incredible. Finds its way all the way down there. Yeah. And I'll be honest, Ben's shot, I was up at the top of the hill. It looked perfect, and he nicked the inside edge of that last tree and shot off down the hill. This is the more traditional play from Tom. That little backhand upshot.
Yep. And then just let gravity take
bonus
over.
roll.
Yeah.
And that's pretty ideal. That's where I'm hoping to land on this hole pretty much every time.
That's prime position, unless you're Tyler Neill. Josh, I'm not sure if that was a forehand flex or what, but that was a thrower, and he'll have troubles getting over the top of the hill there because you cannot see the fairway.
Yeah, cresting it is pretty important, but this mini stamp Firebird looks like it worked out pretty well for him.
See, and that looked low going over the top of the hill, and then once it clears, it's right up into the canopy, and it's dangerous.
Yep, so Ben is pretty far down the side of that hill there.
Putter flick roller out, and he should have a look from that left side. It's the better spot to be on that left side. That's where the fairway works.
Yeah, from where he was, that wasn't a bad shot, and we see that
flat top Firebird.
That flat top Firebird again.
A little early, but he's confident putter. I know he'll be running that one.
Tom in pretty prime position here.
Again with the Firebird. I think sometimes it's just a little too fast coming in here. And
yep.
That is the problem. When you throw drivers on touchy up shots down hills, they can roll.
Yeah, because Tom put that right where he wanted to put it and then just got all of the roll almost down to the OB, but we'll see if he can make that putt.
Another, I think, Firebird here. Coming in, or that's a gator. Steep, little roll away, but it'll do.
Yeah, from his drive, having that for par isn't a bad shot. Again, this is one of those holes where like you dream of twoing and you tell stories about twoing, but it's not one you expect to eagle for sure.
Correct.
That was a good uphill effort from Tom. It was a long putt, and this is where Tyler's drive landed.
Yeah, Tyler's only one of a handful of guys that have ever twoed this hole. Oh, almost did it on camera.
And gave it a good bid.
Run.
I was surprised he had a look from those bushes, but
absolutely. It was Ben, straddle putt, tricky stance. Cans it.
Dead center, earns the SloMez.
Great
With Bret
putt.
and myself watching on in the background.
In envy.
Perfect putt.
Great putt.
Eat, sleep, bang. That's all Ben does.
Horrible shirt. Hey, got it high enough. That's the difficulty on those uphill putts.
Yeah, you'll take dead center band on a putt like that.
Just hope for no rolls.
Josh is struggling a little bit with that another bogey there. Tyler with a really nice, easy birdie.
Yeah, great birdie there, Tyler.
And Ben saving par from his drive is actually pretty phenomenal.
That was a great four. I mean, you're looking 5, 6 in the face when you go off right there.
It's me telling Ben his shot wasn't as bad as it turned out. All right, on to hole 3.
We got OB Road on or over to the left, cliff off to the right. We're still coming down the hill here. Ideal shot is kind of a pop-up mid-range or putter, or a real skinny hyzer forehand for the right-hand players. Really, you want to hit before the pin. Anything coming in, you know, basket height is going to go off the back. There is OB back there, but usually it'll get caught by the trees. And that looks a little early from Tyler. It sounds like he got saved from a tree. Let's hope that's the case.
I think Tyler wanted to go a little more flex there and just got it flat.
Ben Firebird again.
Ben with that Firebird, and again, looks like he's trying to throw it in instead of skip it in.
Yeah,
so he ends up a little long.
There's that problem.
And for me, I prefer the backhand on this shot, but it does bring those trees on the right in a little bit. The forehand is a little safer when it comes to the OB.
That's a good skinny line there from Tom, but coming in hot, rolls away.
And that Firebird is just mistreating him. It's getting all the rolls, but that had a chance. You heard the get in calls.
Yeah. He's got a gator here, which I like. It's a little slower. It's going to land a little softer. It's a little high, but decent line. See, it just kind of sits a little bit better. Find a natural depression there, too. That always helps.
Yeah, looks like we might have some putts here. Tyler's got kind of an awkward patent-pending stance around the tree.
Didn't quite get over on it enough, but still probably 20 feet away. Another flick roller from Ben with the putter.
And that's kind of Hummel's trademark. He's, 45 feet away there, and he has to go flick roller with a putter,
Yep.
but executes it well.
Yep. Back up the hill for Tom. Gave it the juice. Not bad.
The other thing he struggled with at Hummel, you saw Ben there waving in the background, is the mosquitoes. They are awful, but Josh focuses through them, nails that putt.
It was a hot one that day. It was, I think, at 95 and humid, plus mosquitoes. It makes for a beautiful day of disc golf.
Tyler cleans up his 25-footer there.
Good putt from Tyler.
Yeah, just a couple more cleanups, then we're on to hole 4. Josh got off the bogey train there, which is good.
Oh, good for Josh. Good birdie. That's one most players would like to get, but like you said, it can just be so tricky.
Yeah, again, fairly easy shot. You want to get this birdie, but it can get nasty real quick if you go OB over that road.
This is a 4th hole of the final 9, course hole 13. The safe line is the line that the drone's following here. There's a sucker's line up to the right that you can push the fairway pretty far, but it's a natural OB on the right, trees everywhere, OB left. The ideal landing zone was back there by the bench, and then push through this little gap with the basket tucked way back here. This is a true par 4. This is a very difficult hole.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite greens on the course, and it's rarely ever in this position, so I love it when we play it. Josh is going to take my favorite gap here with the backhand. If you can get through here clean, you can get a long way up the fairway.
It's a good line.
But if you hit a tree, you are in a rough spot.
Yeah, it's tough through there. Tyler going probably for that left gap. Early release, I know that's not what he wanted, and you can see it in his face. It's all right, Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler fears that gap more often than not, and so to not do it on video is just a little sad for him. That's a little high from Ben, but
Probably
that's a lot more of what you're looking for.
Probably making sure that he can hit that gap. I think he fluffed that one a little bit with his boss, but he'll take it. He's safe. Tom feeling it, just kind of hit the hill early.
It looked like he had the right line, just way low. So Tyler's going to see what he can do from here. Probably another Firebird.
That was a great upshot there.
And from where he was, that's pretty good. Avoids the OB road. He'll take that.
Yep. Tom probably got all of them 400 feet left. Skipping right into a good spot. Save his par.
Yeah, that's kind of where that backhand can get you on the 1 if you make it clean. Let's see what Josh does. Oh, nope, we're on Ben.
Ben with the Ching Rock. And that looks perfect. I was standing behind him on that shot, and it was a thing of beauty.
That is such an incredible shot. To have a inside 20-foot shot for 2 or for 3 on this hole is insane.
Josh getting aggressive, treed, and that's out of bounds. That's too bad, but that's what you get for trying to overpower this course. Sometimes it bites back.
Yeah, it was a really awkward stance.
Going for it again. Seems to have executed it that time.
Gets up
Pretty
into the
good
green.
shot there.
A little shorter than you want to be, but he can make that putt.
Tyler, overstable mid.
Looks like a zone.
Yeah. Kind of grip lock that one. Maybe a miscalculation there, trying to not early release it like his drive. And
Yeah, I think he wanted to flex
double-crossed
it in
it.
there, and he kind of threw it hyzer.
Yep.
Tom, a little shorter than you want to be. See if you can make that. Tyler's got an interesting putt over this.
Yeah, thanks to the kids camp that's right across the street, they tend to put up a couple teepees out there. And yeah, that was a good bid. It's tough.
Tom edges circle, but he has that tree lined up right in the way. Gives it a good effort, though.
Good effort with that hyzer putt.
Oof.
Oh, that's tough.
Yep, some video nerves again, I'm thinking there.
Josh, a good putter.
See if you can clean this one
Knock
up.
this one down.
There
Oh,
we
boy.
go.
Double bogey, but he's fighting.
Yeah, Josh was our wild card, and he's trying to put on a show, and it's he's aiming for the right lines and just not quite getting them.
Yeah, it's not going to get to Josh, though. He's a real good dude. He's loving being out here, being on camera.
And again, that easy of a birdie on this hole does not happen often. That is a really good shot from Ben.
Oh, well, guess he didn't want to use that disc to putt out with.
Yeah, a little fake out move from Tom there.
Yeah, that birdie by Ben is incredible. Here we're on to course hole 14, final 9-5. OB left the whole way, natural OB right. That creek plays inbounds. Best play here is something to get you around this corner because the dog leg is so skinny to get up to the basket. A lot of times you'll see a kind of a flex forehand, or if you got the skills, a nice pop-up mid-range or driver that sits down that corner. And then you just got to work on your distance control here. Make sure you're not swinging out too far left, catching that OB.
And the forehand play is the way to get the closest, but you've got to get around the corner. If you go in early, you are taking a stroke on the pitch out.
Yep.
And it looks like Ben's, I believe that's a destroyer, and it's just a little early.
Yeah, it's an overstable boss. He likes throwing that one a lot because he knows it's going to go right. It's probably the most overstable boss that I've seen.
Tyler's probably going Firebird here.
It's a pretty good bet.
That one looks a little better.
That looks perfect. Oh, wow.
He got it a little high, but that was going to make the corner easily.
Yeah,
but it caught a little foliage, but he'll still be in a good spot.
A mean tree there.
Looks like another Sexton Firebird from Tom.
A little early again.
Yeah, he's about 20 feet short of that corner, and you're going to see that's going to still leave him in a really tough spot. PD2 from Josh here going aggressive. That looks good, and then just catches that curb and the tree just wrong and is OB long.
You know, that's not a horrible play, though. With it being a par 4, pushing that corner, you know, he's got a nice pitch up for his third shot. It's still manageable for a par 4 there.
And as you see from Tom here, he's basically taking an OB stroke
Yep,
to get back to the fairway.
You're essentially out of bounds here. So let's see if Josh can salvage this par here. Bold play going with that turnover up the OB, but
Yeah, I would expect a forehand there. It's just a little safer.
Well executed, though. Woof. Whip it, skip there.
Yeah, Tyler tried to hit the fence, but he left himself a little short. That's a good upshot. He can make that putt.
Yeah, good shot, Tyler.
And that natural will be, again, all Ben can do is pitch out, advance maybe 60 feet.
Nice thing he did there was to get over that fence, so then he doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, Tom kind of left himself still pretty tight to this tree line.
Kept it tight, though. That's what you got to do. Ooh, wow, some fortunate kick there.
Yeah, that could have very easily skipped OB, but that'll be a nice little par save for him. Little rat upshot here.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. That's the putts you want.
Yeah, he told me you wanted to give the rat a little airtime. He had just gotten it.
Ooh.
Tyler just left.
Yeah, I'm never counting Tyler out on those putts. Just a little left side. Let's see if Josh can save his par.
Oh, you wanted it. I know he did. It's tough.
Again, kept it high, which is what you need. You don't want to do that on camera. You don't want to fluff it 15 feet into the cage.
You see him itch his leg right there. I mean, mosquitoes biting you in the middle of a putt is a real thing at Hummel sometimes, and I think Tom might have got one there.
All right, clean up some less than stellar scores on this hole. I think we got Tyler and Ben with pars and a couple of bogeys on for the other guys, but it's a tough hole you have to execute just right.
Staying tight with 4 holes left. Get probably the shortest hole in the course. Hole 6, course hole 15. A lot of options. You just have to pick your line and stick with it. You can go hyzer up to the top right, but then you're worried about skipping down the hill, and there's OB left. Couple skinny gaps, backhand or forehand, and then there's kind of a high flex forehand line off to the left.
You say a lot of options. It's more like no options and you got to pick one.
Yeah.
Ben tries for that flex forehand line and doesn't quite hit it because it is like 3 discs wide.
Yeah, that was tough. That's probably going to look pretty good, but probably doesn't count for much.
I think that one was going to look good, but those leaves just straightened it out a little bit. He's going to be just outside the circle, I believe. Probably 50 feet.
Yeah, you see a lot of disc finish there. Tom going backhand again.
This is a little tighter than I think the traditional backhand line is. I think you want to go wider, farther up the hill, because you have a tendency to end up far right as Tom just did.
And honestly, that was a good reaction there off that skip. He could have very easily gone 20, 30 feet longer. Forehand gator, I guess gator 3. That's a great shot.
That's pretty ideal. That's what the
perfect.
forehand line can get you if you hit it.
Yep.
Ben from like 100 feet, just a little AVRX3 upshot here.
I think it's a JK.
Is it? All right.
It sits nice for him.
Yeah, that looks like a JK stamp. Never mind.
He's really good with those putter flick shots.
Tyler from 45-50. Almost.
Good.
Yeah, that could have easily rolled all the way back to him.
Yep. See people in the background swatting away there. Good putt, Tom.
Yeah, Tom finally gets one up, earns himself a SloMez.
Yes, sir.
All of the hyzer on that putt, and it sits right in the front, flashing that classic AVR stamp.
I remember
Run that in, Tom. You earned it.
His reaction on that one was finally. Good putt, Ben. Yep. Right in the heart.
Good solid par save. Yeah, Tom's a pretty solid player, but he can be streaky. Like when he's on, and he's kind of had a rough streak at the beginning here. Got some bad rollaways. That's a solid birdie from Josh, too. Don't want to gloss past that.
Yeah. I played that day, and I'm not on camera, so Tom must have been playing pretty well that first round.
For sure.
Yeah. Tom can do it. He can get it done.
All right, so we're on to course hole 16. This is final line hole 7. It's just a little 257 dogleg to the right. You can throw turnover backhand here, but it's going to leave you to the left, probably edge of circle. So forehand is the shot to get all the way up there. It is pretty uphill. You're probably gaining like 10, 12 feet of elevation, and it's thick rough on the left and the right. So it's a pretty tight, specific line to hit, but it's pretty easy birdie if you can get it.
A little bit uphill, too, which makes it tough. It's just early, but pin high.
Yeah, that was the right line from Tom. Like you said, it was just early on the left, but he got lucky and got through everything.
Josh going Firebird here. It's good height, good turn on it.
And drops it right in.
Great shot.
This is your first official ace on a JomezPro Final 9. You could hear that reaction at the top of the hill from the crowd. Like you said, just good height. It's probably a little high for actually parking the hole, but you got to be high to go in.
Beautiful. That's really beautiful.
Congratulations, Josh. Great ace.
It energized the group there is.
That makes some of those double bogeys feel a lot better.
Yeah, what double bogeys?
Now, Ben's hitting more of the ideal line here, a little
That's the
lower.
park it line.
Yep, skips right up there. That looks perfect.
Don't do that. Stop.
Until it's not
Stop.
perfect.
That's Hummel. That's frustrating. That was absolutely perfect. Other than
And
Josh
it
just
stopped.
sitting there.
Like, it stopped and then kept going.
Yeah, that disc had 0 miles per hour on it.
And this is kind of the ideal miss if you're going to miss. Just a little bit low. He's still going to be at a circle.
Yeah, he's
That's me telling Tyler he should have made Josh clear his disc after Ben said it was okay.
always messes with me on an ace.
So Ben's trying to come back and get his birdie here. 40 feet uphill.
Oh man, this hole is not treating Ben very well.
Yeah, it was a good bid, just a little low. Tom just has no good line here, but gives it the height.
Yeah, good effort. I mean, it's tough to get that disc from that stretched out straddle. It's tough to get the height on it.
So we're going to have a bunch of par cleanups here, other than the ace.
Perfect eagle.
Yeah, that one on the scorecard looks real good. Josh was super pumped about that. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Ben stays up 1 on Tyler with 2 holes to play.
Yeah, Ben's 2 down through 7, which is pretty solid out here.
Yeah, this is tough. We got hole 8, of course, hole 17. Pretty far uphill here. It's tough to crest that hill. A lot of players will go with the backhand, with the, anything from a T-bird to a
What are we
destroyer.
doing here?
Hummel is haunted, so I'm guessing that was probably one of the ghosts messing with the camera there. But you can take that hyzer route up the right side, or a forehand up to the left. The difficulty with the forehand is it'll hit and roll all the way back down to hole 1.
Yeah, we are on a pretty steep grade, both on the front here and the side. Only 303, you'd think you want to go mid, but every time I throw mid, I'm 50 feet short, so you got to disc up to driver, which Josh does pretty well there, just a little long, little right.
Yeah, I think he's juiced up from that ace. It's tough to get past that basket. That's well done. Ben going T-bird here. Just didn't get the height on it.
Yeah, that's the right line, just low.
Still give him a look. He got up to the crest of that hill, so he'll have a chance.
And I really think this is a tough sidearm hole. Playing into the taller part of the hill, it's really difficult to get that crest.
Yeah, it's hard to get the height right. Tyler going Firebird. Get the height. Maybe 1-on-1 a little bit more stable there, but should have a pretty decent look first par.
Yeah, if you're short on this hole, you get this really awkward upshot. But
Great.
it looks like Tom executes that pretty darn well.
Great turnover putter there from Tom.
Tyler's just a little off the fairway. Doesn't look like he has a great look.
Bad footing. Stop.
And that's a great reaction. That
very
could have been
kind.
200 feet down the hill easily. Ben lining up a 50-foot birdie look here.
Jump putt just left.
Yeah, I think that inconsiderate fan in the bright red shirt there messed him up a little bit.
Get out of the way, nerd. Josh coming back. Oh, wanted it. That was a good putt.
I will say most of Josh's misses have been high at least, so he's giving it a go. Would have been nice to follow up that ace with a birdie, but he'll take the par. Nice par from Tyler, and Ben and Tom will clean up the same.
Yep.
On to our final hole, hole 18.
Hole 9, yep.
Hole 18 is a doozy, especially in the long position.
Yeah, this long position is tough. It'll challenge these guys, and with the one-stroke lead from Ben, you never know what's going to happen. It's across this valley, dogleg right. A lot of players will throw whatever they can straight and fast to get through those gaps, and ideal landing zones about where the drone is right now at these trees. Left or right is fine. You can push a little bit further, all the better, because you got to make this corner. Again, it's kind of a tight dogleg. Once you get to the top, it's fairly open, but the struggle is getting to the top. Anything early is down in the bottom of that valley, and that's not where you want to be.
Yeah, you just want to make the gap, and you want to be as far up the hill as you can be.
Oof.
Yeah, Josh definitely juiced that one. And that's not awful because he's not in the valley, but it's not obviously not what he wanted.
Save you some steps, at least, from not having to walk down that.
Yeah, you see Tom go standstill just to make sure he hits the gap, but that's a little far down the hill.
Yeah, I like the forehand play off here. You can see your gap, what Ben's doing here with this strike. Just push it.
And that is laser beam right to where you want to be.
That's better than where you want to be.
Yeah. That might be a touch right with the dog leg to the right he has to hit next, but we'll see if Ben can work something from there. And that's not an airplane. That is Tyler's disc.
Let's take off. This hole suits Tyler's eye pretty well. Just missed that guardian tree for that landing zone, but looks like it's sat up there.
Yeah, either side of that tree, and he is golden.
Getting aggressive. Oh, he had a ghost tree there.
Yeah, Josh trying to make something work. He ends up down in that valley we were talking about. Looks like he's lining up a forehand roller to get out of there. Just dead centers that tree.
That is tree-eyed.
Yeah, he asked if we could you just throw the shot again and we can cut it out, but nope, we can't do that for you, Josh.
Same shot. Better execution that time.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for. That forehand roller will work to the right, gets you closer to that green.
Yeah, there is OB. There's a shelter here and a sidewalk right there that runs OB through the length, so he's still safe.
And it's one of those OBs that like you don't realize it's there until you find a way to push it.
Yeah, until you're over it.
Tom gets out. Didn't look like he went to a great spot, but he'll have a nice, easy third shot. This hill's footing is really tough. You see Tyler having to go standstill because there's just no way to run up.
Yeah, he's probably 15 feet up to the top of that hill. It's a great shot. Get around that corner and give yourself even a look for 3. I mean, with Ben, that drive, it's going to be tough to catch him. So that's a good effort from Tyler. Cutting off the corner, Ben.
And that is a phenomenal shot.
There's that overstable boss again, right inside the circle.
Inside circle in 2 shots on this hole is ridiculous, especially if one of those shots isn't a roller.
That's rarely seen, that's for sure. Good bid there for
Josh. Throws a really nice upshot. Get off this course, off this hole with a nice, easy putt.
A little grip block there, but...
Trying a little too hard to make it in. You hear him laughing at himself there. Tyler giving a bid from 60.
Hope for a tie there, but...
I was really hoping to see Tyler put a couple of those in. He made some really good runs.
Yeah, he needed one. There's Ben for another birdie.
A virtual tap in for a great birdie on this hole.
3 great threes.
Yeah, you hear him say that's the first time he's 3'd this hole.
Yeah.
So it's a really solid work there.
Good putt, Tom. Good finish.
Tom struggled a little bit, but he put some good shots down and got himself a SloMez.
Yes, sir.
Tyler played solid all around. Didn't quite get the birdies he wanted, but had a good round.
Yep. There's Josh.
Josh has a very colorful scorecard, but it has the most important number on it.
He'll remember it for that 1.
Yeah, he's got that 1. You see Ben just played a really, really clean round there, which is what you got to do at Hummel.
Yep. Well, thanks for watching. I want to thank the OMDGA for all the work they put in out this course. It's a group effort, and it was looking beautiful this day, and it's only getting better. So come out and see us sometime.
Yeah, thanks for watching the video. I'm Disc Store Nate with OMDGA President Bret Schomer. If you're in Omaha, make sure you check out the shop and this course. We'll see you guys later.